Here is personal testimony. One of the wonderful things is that David immediately turns that to public principle. That's the second point, verses 4 and 5. He turns the personal testimony to public principle. Instead of talking in the first person, he now talks about the third person. He connects the two sections by a little hook word. Have you noticed? The end of verse 3, many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. And now he talks generically, verse 4, blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust, who does not look to the proud, to those who turn aside to false gods. Many, O Lord my God, are the wonders you have done. The things you planned for us, no one can recount to you. This is wonderful. There is reflection now in David on all of the good things that God has done. You come through one of these wretched experiences, you come out the other side of a miry bog, and it gives time for you to take a deep breath and think about all God's plans for you. And you look back and think again and marvel at all of God's goodness. There is a marvelous parallel passage to this in Psalm 139, sometimes, I think, slightly misunderstood. Do you recall Psalm 139, verse 13? For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. Do you see, this is not simply a passage that is marveling at God's omniscience. How can you ever possibly begin to grasp the innumerable thoughts of God? No, in the flow of the sequence, it is very personal. God has created us in the womb. And His sovereignty is so sweeping that even before we are born, our days are ordained for us. God knows the terrible things we will be going through, the bogs in this fallen and broken world that we will ourselves fall into. He knows them all. His sovereignty is extended even to all of these details. He thinks about them. He knows about them all. And all of His thoughts concerning us are innumerable. And still He can be trusted as the sovereign, good God who comes to rescue His people.